Hi, my name's Kev from buildmyhobby.guru. Just putting together my Anet A8. Found that the element has got a bit of play in the heating block, and so does the thermocouple. This both is going to affect the conductivity of the heat into the block, and also the reading of the thermistor being more accurate or not. The best thing to use is a thermal grease. I got this Z3 thermal grease, which works up to 300 degrees. From 300 minus 50 to 300 degrees Celsius. So all you need to do is put a bit onto the element and onto the thermocouple. Thermocouple just pushes into the hole, so you want to fill that all up. And with the element, you want to make sure that it's got a nice even coating. Just smooth it over. It's a bit tacky, but this stops moving around inside the heater block. Now, my background is an electrical technician. Used to work for pharmaceutical companies and plastic companies, and pretty much anyone that would hire me to fix, install, modify their machinery. And I've worked in many different industries over the years. Currently now just unemployed due to an injury, where I'm now just trying to focus on my hobbies. Now, this hole has got a fair bit of play in it for the thermocouple, so you might want to squeeze a bit into it. Even though we covered it nicely, it just had a big air gap. Now that's going to create a big difference in the actual heat of the block. We basically want to be as accurate as possible with the heat, so we can get the best results out of our prints. I'm just tightening it up. Don't want to tighten it too far as to perforate the outside of the element, but that's nice and tight now. I've still got a bit to go, because as I'm going, I'm modifying the printer, putting it into a cabinet. This is my first post in regards to the build. Now, the other thing that I've noticed is it's got this fiberglass sort of sheathed cabling. Now, over a period of time, the fiberglass does get brittle, especially if it's moving a lot. So what I'm going to end up doing is, I've got a ceramic block here to put the cables into. I'm going to end up mounting it off the side here, and the cables will basically go straight into that block, as you can see. And then from the block, I'll be using some silicone cable, which, as you can see, is very pliable. It's multi-stranded and used in applications like this. Now, that'll be going basically into the block, and then, sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah, that'll go into the block, into the head, and into some chain link, which I've seen used on a lot of upgrades. As again, this is just a modelled down version of a large machine, and we used to use these quite a lot on robot palletizers and anywhere where there was cable movement to guide them and prevent damage being done to the cables from excess movement. I think I've had you upside down there for a little bit. Sorry about that. But anyway, excuse this has been my first post. You can see where I'm up to on my build. Got a bit more to go there. All the electronics and power supplies and that are going to be mounted outside. Also using a not that I can find it, here we go. Using an opto coupler only because it's a solid state relay. Basically will do the same job as what you guys have been doing with your geez, I can't remember what the name is. Got terrible memory for names of things, but yeah, basically I'm going to use these to control the loads of the heater elements, take some strain off the actual control board, and putting in a second power supply to control basically all those elements as well, just to take the load off the single power supply that was given to us in the box. Also adding some internal lighting, small extraction fan. As you can see here, that's the start of my cabinet. This top section here will be a heated drying area for the filaments. They will then go down through that gap into the bottom area where the printer will be. Now, I can only say thanks to all of you that post online, and that's where I got a lot of ideas for the upgrade. Anything else I can pass on from my knowledge from my work history, I will, but I would recommend that you would all look at doing that with your heater block, because having that little bit of play in there and that air gap between both the element and the mister or thermocouple, but you will have negligible or little differences in your temperature, but like I said, you want to try to get it as accurate as possible. This thermo paste, it's called Deep Cool Z3, cost me about $10 in Australia to have it delivered to me. You'd probably get it a bit cheaper over in the US. Thanks a lot, and yeah, take a look at my FB group, Build My Hobby, and also website buildmyhobby.guru. Hope I can help you along the way, and with parts or knowledge. Thanks a lot. Bye.